Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's snowing outside right now, so I didn't think it was a very good idea to go out and ride my motorcycle. I don't mind riding in the cold. In fact, I actually kind of like it, but I don't do ice. So, with that, I decided I'd do an indoor video. People who aren't into motorcycles think that there's only two types of motorcycles, Harleys and crotch rockets. But there, of course, are lots of other motorcycles. A lot of people who don't want to wear helmets say that helmets do more harm than good, but this myth has been shown to be false by a multitude of scientific data, and people who wear helmets are significantly more likely to survive the accident, or if I say it the other way, people who don't wear helmets have an exponentially greater chance of getting seriously injured or killed in an accident than those who wear helmets. And I've actually I've actually experimented myself to see if there's anything I can't see with a helmet that I would see normally, and it does not actually obstruct my view at all. And the thing about the hearing is, if you're not wearing a helmet, you probably actually hear less because of all that wind in your ears. But if you're wearing a helmet, it blocks a lot of the wind, and then you hear other sounds. I like to hear my motorcycle as much as the next guy, but I don't think there's ever been a time where somebody's been in a car and not pulled out in front of a motorcycle because they heard the loud pipes. Most of the times, people are in their car with their radio up loud and they wouldn't hear a train. So, loud pipes don't actually save lives. They're cool, but they really don't save lives. The only time racing tires are better is if you are on a dry track. That's pretty much all they're designed for. If there's any gravel, any sand, any oil, any water, you're gone. And racing tires don't have a very long lifespan. They're made for that one purpose. So other tires like touring tires or street tires will do a lot better for your motorcycle under normal riding conditions, and they cost a lot less. People say that if you're about to have an accident, to lay your bike down. Now, I'm just going to say that is just outright stupid. If you think you're going to have an accident, obviously you should do everything you can to avoid that accident, but whatever possibility there was that you could have avoided crashing, you threw all that away when you decided to intentionally lay your bike down. That means it goes from a small chance that you're going to not crash to a 0% chance of not crashing. Anti-lock brakes aren't any good. Or a lot of people think that they can brake faster without anti-lock brakes, but there have been actual studies with professional motorcycle riders who have checked their stopping distance with and without anti-lock brakes, and even the professionals got better stopping performance with anti-lock brakes than without. The only time that you maybe would not want anti-lock brakes is if you are doing a dirt bike or something and you want to slide the rear. Other than that, you're better off with anti-lock brakes. I mean, it's good to know how to ride a motorcycle and how to stop without them, but if you have the option to have anti-lock brakes, you might as well have them. They're a good safety feature. Most people do not care that you ride a motorcycle. Some people maybe won't date you because you ride a motorcycle because they think it's dangerous and they think it shows that you're irresponsible. I think that's Not a good decision on their part, but still, it's theirs to make. Frankly, I'm offended by that one, but there are a lot of people who ride motorcycles who are great people. I know people who ride motorcycles who are nurses. I know doctors who ride motorcycles. I know preachers who ride motorcycles. I know, all kinds of walks of life ride motorcycles. Riding a motorcycle doesn't mean that you're low class. It just means that you enjoy the freedom of two wheels. This is another one that is just stupid. As I said in a previous video, having a dangly bit between your legs is not a prerequisite for riding motorcycles. It's not something that just men can do. And people should not look down upon a woman for riding a motorcycle. And they shouldn't discourage women from riding motorcycles. It should be an equal opportunity sport, and everybody should enjoy it. In fact, I think everyone should enjoy it. Actually, I ride in the rain all the time. I just ride a little slower, brake a little slower, and wear rain gear and make sure that I'm all bright and look like a neon highlighter so that people will see me and not run into me. But riding in the rain can be done, and it can be done safely. And a lot of times accidents when people are riding in the rain, the motorcycle will rear end a car because they don't trust their tires and they don't stop as quick as they should. And as long as you're paying attention, you should be able to stop before you hit things, because your tires have more grip than you're probably giving them credit for. So riding can be done in the rain, and it can be done safely. Just maybe slow it down a little. People would think this is logical because on the street there's lower speed and on the interstate is higher speed. But here's the big factor. On the interstate, even though everyone's going fast, everyone is going the same direction. There are no intersections. There are no lights, just a bunch of vehicles going in a straight line in the same direction. And so the interstate is actually a lot safer than the city. Driving on a city street or even a county road or anything, there are intersections, there are driveways, there are street lights, there's all kinds of things that could be potential hazards. So interstate is actually safer, and the majority of motorcycle accidents happen in the city, or not necessarily just in the city, but the majority of motorcycle accidents happen at intersections. The front brakes actually provide 70% of your stopping ability on your bike, so not only can you use your front brakes, you should. Just don't grab the front brakes. Apply progressive brake pressure. You can brake quickly, but brake smoothly. Don't just put, or you're gonna dump it. But if you brake progressively, then you can brake with the front brakes even when you're turning. Just, it's something that's there's a technique called trail braking that you can practice. But yeah, if you're only using the rear brake, you're not going to stop quick enough under most circumstances. Traction control will not make you faster. It will just help keep you from sliding out when conditions aren't ideal. Traction control will not make you slower. It will just make it safer. This is not true. Not everyone that rides a motorcycle crashes. It's not a guaranteed thing that if you ride a motorcycle that you'll crash the motorcycle. Now, this is oftentimes true, but it's not always true. Sometimes you will find private sellers that want to rip you off, or they're just trying to sell a lemon motorcycle, where dealers will oftentimes make sure that the motorcycle is in good running order. They want to make sure that it's actually ready and safe to ride because their reputation depends on it. And a lot of times dealers will give discounts and deals on motorcycles to try to get them out if they have a lot of inventory. So a lot of times you will get a better deal with private sale, but not always. If there are any motorcycle myths that I missed, then go ahead and put them down in the comments below, and perhaps I will talk about them in another video. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and I will catch you in the next one.